to be very simple is not all that simple. It is an extremely deep secret. In the verse, the 11th verse of the second chapter of the first canto, Sud Goswami is explaining Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagwaneti Shabda. Part of the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains. Bhagwan, or the personality of Godhead, is the last word of the absolute truth. Bhagwan, or the personality of Godhead, is the last word of the absolute truth. Paramatma is partial representation of the personality of God. So we were discussing that there is the Paramatma in every atom and in everyone's heart. And then there is Brahma Jyoti, the Jyoti coming out of the lotus feet of Krishna, toenail of the lotus feet of Krishna. And then there is Krishna. So these are three forms of the absolute truth. Three representations of the absolute truth. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaneti Shabda. So Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that the personality of Godhead, Bhagwan, is the last word of the absolute truth. Is the absolute truth. Whereas Paramatma is a partial representation of the personality of Godhead. And the impersonal Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti, is glowing effulgence of the personality of Godhead as the sun rays are to the sun. Just like the sun rays come out of sun god or the sun disk, the Brahma Jyoti comes out of Krishna. So Krishna, the Brahma Jyoti is absolute truth, Paramatma is absolute truth, but Srila Prabhupada here is saying that these are partial representations of Krishna. The full representation is Bhagwan as Krishna, as we see on the altar, as Madan Mohan. That is the full manifestation. In the next sentence, it's starting the purport, the Lord's omnipotency is displayed in the simultaneous presence in every place. The Supreme Lord, Krishna, is omnipotent. Srila Prabhupada is explaining that it is displayed by his simultaneous presence in everyone's heart and in every nook and cranny, in every atom. Just like last weekend, we had the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev, one of the most famous pastimes of the Srimad Bhagavatam. I wasn't here. I hope you had a good festival. I was in Calgary. That was the conversation between Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashyap just before Lord Nrsimhadev appeared. Hiranyakashyap was sick and tired of hearing all this Bhagavatam philosophy, the glorification of the Supreme Lord from Prahlad Maharaj. So one day, in full of anger, he asked, "Where is your Vishnu?" First he asked, "Where do you get the power to do all?" I get it from Vishnu. means Ito Narsingha means Narsingha Dev is here. Parato Narsingha is there. Yato Yato Yami. Yato Yato Ami. Wherever, Yato Yato is wherever. Ami is me. Yato Yato Yami. Tato Narsingha. Wherever I go, Lord Narsingha Dev is there. So that is the same thing explained here. That Lord's omnipotency is displayed by his simultaneous presence in every place. So when Prahlad Maharaj said that he is everywhere, and Hiranyakashyap holding the club, getting angrier and angrier, he asked, is he there in this pillar? Because Hiranyakashyap's purpose is to attack this Vishnu, attack this Hari, attack this person who Prahlad is claiming to be the most powerful. Hiranyakashyap wants to attack him. So he's trying to find where he is. He says, is he in this pillar? Yes, he's in the pillar. Of course he's in the pillar. He's in every atom. The pillar has so many atoms. So he's in every atom of the pillar. So Narsinghadev comes out soon as Hiranyakashyap hits the pillar. Why? Because of the faith, firm faith of Prahlad Maharaj. In order to protect his devotees, he shows up, he comes out, and he takes care of Hiranyakashyap. He is present always in his eternal abode, Golok Vrindavan. Many people ask, oh, Krishna left Radharani in Vrindavan. Why did he do that? He left the gopis in Vrindavan. He left his parents, his foster parents who brought him up. He left them. He never came back. And so many things. And say, oh, you say Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, but then in the Bhagavatam, it is said that Krishna left Vrindavan. He went to Mathura, he went to Avanti, he went to Dwarka, he went to so many places. He went to Hastinapur. So how is that? It is true that Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, and it is also true that he went to all these places. Because Krishna doesn't have to be in one place at a time. We can only be in one place at a time. These days, there is all these softwares, team meetings, and the Zooms, and so many things that we can attend a session live in wherever in the world we can attend. But still, it makes our presence virtually there. So we are present here, I am present here in my room, I am also present on that Zoom call. So wherever you are watching that Zoom call from, I am present over there, but not really, because it's only my virtual presence. In that way, in same way, Krishna can be present everywhere at the same time. So Krishna leaves Vrindavan and he does not leave Vrindavan. There was a pastime of Akrura taking Krishna and Balram from Vrindavan. And on the way, he stops at Yamuna and takes a bath. And when he goes inside the Yamuna, he notices that Krishna and Balram are inside the Yamuna. and he comes out and he looks at the chariot, and Krishna and Balram are sitting on the chariot. And then he quickly goes down to look inside the Yamuna, and he sees Krishna and Balram are in the Yamuna. But of course, these are two different forms. In the Yamuna, Balram is in the form of Sheshnag, and Krishna is in the form of Vishnu. Whereas on the cart, on his rath, Krishna and Balram are sitting. So it is also said by Ji Goswami that Krishna and Balram, that was the boundary of Vrindavan, and Krishna and Balram stayed back, didn't go any further, and these two, the Sheshnag and Vishnu, they went with Akrura to Mathura and so on. And mainly the questions that we get asked is upon Radharani. Oh, what happened to Radharani? Krishna left her, this, that. No, nothing happened to Radharani. Radharani, in a way, also leaves at the same time when Krishna leaves and goes back to Goloka. And what is left here is like a representation of Radharani. Just like Devi Sita was never stolen, never abducted. Who was abducted? A form of Maya Sita was abducted by Rama. So similarly, Radharani also left Vrindavan, and at the same time, she was also present in Vrindavan. So Radharani is also like that. She can be present so many different places at the same time. She is the female representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, in the next line, Srila Prabhupada is forward, and still he is present in everyone's heart, even with every invisible atom. Krishna is present in Vrindavan, he is present in Golok Vrindavan, and wherever he is doing Leela. And Srila Prabhupada is saying, he is, on top of that, he is present in every one of our heart. Every living entity, not just the human beings, every living entity's heart, Krishna is present. No matter how tiny that jiva is, because the size of the soul is what? 1/10 of the tip of our ear. It is so tiny. That's why Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, invisible atom. Do we see atoms? No, we don't see atoms. Do we see atoms? With the microscope we can. Without the microscope, atom means something, a portion that small that is not visible to a human eye. But under the microscope, we can see the atom. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is calling invisible atom. He is present in everyone's heart, and he is present in every little invisible atom. The atom is not even visible, but Krishna is there. So the soul is the same size even in an elephant's body, that keeps the whole body of the elephant conscious. It's the same size in our body, and the same size of soul is in an ant. All atoms are invisible because we cannot see them. We need the microscope to see the atoms. When he manifests his eternal transcendental form in the material world, he does so by his internal force. So Srila Prabhupada is giving an explanation of what is said in the translation, that when Krishna enters the material world, he comes through the internal potency. He does not come through the external potency. What comes through the external potency? We come through the external potency in terms of our body. Of course, our soul is not coming from external potency. Our bodies are coming from the external potency. Part of material nature comes out of the ground and goes back into the ground after we finish our whatever we do, our lifetime. We go back into the ground. There are examples given in the Bhagavatam, in the Krishna book, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, of who is this Yog Maya, or the internal potency that is being discussed. In when you go to Mayapur Parikrama, you go to a temple called the Prauಢ Maya. You mean Prauಢ Maya temple? Mitaira? We've been to Prauఢ Maya temple? Prauఢ Maya. It's in Navadvip. You go on the Parikrama, they take you. Prauఢ Maya represents, Prauఢ Maya is the representation of Yog Maya, and she is represented in Navadvip in the form of Prauఢ Maya. She has her own temple. We all go there. And also, she is represented by Simantani Devi. Prauఢ Maya is her old Swarup, whereas Simantani Devi is her young form. Simantani Devi is at the Simanta Dweep, where the Jagannath temple is in Rajapur. You've been to Jagannath temple in Rajapur? So behind that Jagannath temple, there is another temple in the middle of the garden. That's called the Simantani Devi. Simantani Devi temple. She is sitting there on a lotus flower with her folded hands and in a prayerful mood, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gauranga form is standing in front of her, blessing her. So that is also another representation of Yog Maya. These Yog Mayas, they are the controllers or directors of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes over in Navadvip and wherever he goes. Whereas in Vrindavan, there the Yog Maya is represented by Purnamasi. Purnamasi, everybody's heard of Purnamasi. Purnamasi is the wife, it also plays the role of the wife of Shandilya Rishi. Shandilya Rishi is the main priest of the family of Nanda Maharaj, the what they call Kul Guru, the guru of the dynasty. So, the same way as Vasudev, Shursen, Ugrasen, Kansa, all of them, their Kul Guru is Garga Rishi, Maharishi Garg. Similarly, for Nanda Maharaj, the Kul Guru is Shandilya. And Shandilya's wife is Purnamasi, but she is Yog Maya. She is the one who directs the pastimes. Actually, there is pastimes that Krishna and Radharani were about to get married. Purnamasi intervened and said, no, I matched the astrological chart and nothing matches between the two of them. If they get married to each other, it will be a complete disaster. That was Purnamasi. She did not let Krishna marry Radharani or Radharani marry Krishna. But then later on, there are more intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna that are not managed by Purnamasi because she is playing the role of a very aged woman. So those roles are played by Srimati Vrindadevi. Vrindadevi is one of the gopis. She also plays the role of one of the gopis. She lives at the Vrindakund, and she is the one who manages the Krishna Leela in Vrindavan. And Vrindadevi in our temples is represented by the Tulsi plant. Tulsi plant is the representation of that Vrindadevi who is Yogmaya. In the Krishna book, she is Yogmaya. In the Bhagavatam, in Krishna Leela, she is Yogmaya. But that form of Yogmaya, Vrindadevi, is represented by Tulsi plant that we worship every morning, every evening. We worship the Tulsi plant. Yani kani cha papani brahmatyati kani cha tani tani prana shanti pradakshina devare. Namo namo Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo namo. So, in the last sentence of the purport, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that all these truths were known by Bhishmadev, who worshipped him accordingly. So what makes Bhishmadev so important out of the whole batch? So many people were there present. What makes him the most important person in a way is because although everybody is seeing Krishna, but he is seeing Krishna in a different format, with a different understanding, knowing Krishna, knowing that he is the same person who's there in everybody's heart, knowing that he has taken the form of Krishna, appeared as Krishna under the internal potency, knowing that he is not in the control of the external potency, which we are. We can be controlled by material nature pretty much. But Krishna cannot be controlled by the material nature. So, similarly, like the Akrura example, that everybody can hear the chirp, but Akrura is most fortunate because he's understanding the value of that chirp. Here, similarly, everybody is having darshan of Lord Krishna, but Bhishma Dev is considered to be most fortunate because he is his eyes are open of Gyan, the understanding. Because when you see Krishna, if you see Krishna, he would look like just like any other human. If he wants to look like a human, he would show up looking like a human, and we would not be able to tell. We would be fooled. So many people were fooled. Krishna went to he made the last attempt to call for peace between the Kauravas and Pandavas so the Mahabharata could be avoided, the battle of Kurukshetra could be avoided, and he went and asked for small contribution. Okay, give 5 villages to the Pandavas and they will be happy with it. And what did Duryodhana say? No, I will not give you give them enough land that can be covered by a, a point of the pin. I will not give them that much. So the things got worse, and Duryodhana gave the order to his soldiers, arrest Krishna. He wanted to arrest Krishna. So Krishna took out so much effulgence out of his body and increased the size of his body, and everybody present there, such as Bhishmadev was present there, were completely full of bliss to see this form of Krishna, whereas everybody else was in fear. Oh God, what happened? And Duryodhana called it mystic potency. It's a mystic power. Krishna is showing mystic power. He still did not understand that I'm dealing with the Supreme Personality of God. He still thinks, oh, this is mystic power. So the lesson from this verse is that Krishna is in front of us. The more we know, the more we have faith, the more we have Shraddha, the more we will be able to take advantage of that association. And the less we have that, the less to our advantage. So that's why these personalities, the Mahajanas, Bhishmadama is one of the Mahajans, is considered to be the knower of the absolute truth. They can take full advantage of Krishna's darshan. We can also take full advantage of Krishna's darshan, or more and more as we advance in our understanding, in our determination, in our realization of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions or